Hello, everybody. It is me, Spring, the fiber enthusiast. Welcome back to our mystery tat-along. You are now starting color green. Green is week 4. We're almost done with our 7 weeks, everybody. We're right slap dab in the middle. So, for week 4, I am using the color green. And you're going to need quite a bit of tail. And let me show you what we're doing. Now, this one hasn't been blocked yet, but you will get the idea. We are now going to be going around last week's. So if you are doing it in two-tone, you can see what it's going to look like. Excuse me. So yeah, this still needs to be blocked. I'm blocking them at the same time as I go. I wasn't going to block them, but it was getting too hard for you to actually see what was going on. So, here we are. We are starting week 4. And my color is green. If you're doing it all in one color, then just keep on keeping on. We will need quite a bit of tail because we are going all the way around instead of just little motifs. So give yourself, at least allow yourself a yard of tail just to be on the safe side. You can always add as you go, but it is much easier if you don't have to. Okay, so we're going to start with a ring. And the first half of the ring, we're going to start right in our hand, and we will pick up halfway through onto the picot from week 2. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit so that way you can see. Our rings are going to be 5 double stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And like I said, we're going to pick up on the picot from the ring on week 2. So just reach down and go through that picot and attach to our needle here. And now we need 5 more double stitches to complete this ring. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Okay. So this is a ring. Make sure you don't go all the way through, and you actually reserve a little bit to run your needle through. Okay, close to form a ring. Turn your work over. There's not a lot of turning this time. It will be right on these rings when we do our turning. The rest of it is just arches, and we don't have to turn for those. Okay, place a knot. And now we're going to do this same ring again, but because we have nothing to attach to, that's where our picot is going to be. So 5 double stitches, picot, 5 double stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, picot, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And it's a ring, so we need to make sure that we don't pull it all the way through. There we go. Go ahead and place a knot. I will be using knots quite a bit on this particular round. Okay, so the next step is we're going to do a very small arch, and we're going to jump over here to our little motifs of rings. And the first ring that we come to, they have 4 picots on them. We're going to skip the lower picot, this one down here at the bottom. We're actually going to connect to this one. So like you have your little teddy bear ears here of picots, we're going to connect to the closest one to our rings. Okay, try that again. 2 double stitches, picot, 2 double stitches, picot, 2 double stitches. So there is a total of 2, 4, 6 double stitches and 2 picots. Go ahead and pull your tail thread through. And let's connect. Coming from the back side of your work, you're going to pull your needle through that little ear up here. Just like that. And place a knot. Okay, now this is the long arch. It has a total of 20 double stitches with picots in between every second double stitch. So 2 double stitches. This is how I count as I go. 2 double stitches, picot. Then I count 3, 4, picot, 5, 6, picot, 7, 8, picot, 9, 10, picot, 11, 12, picot, 13, 14, picot, 15 and 16, picot, 17, 18, picot, 19, and 20. So that's how I count when I'm doing double stitches with picots in between every so many. Okay, so now you're going to pull your needle and tail thread through your work. And I generally lay it down on the table and space everything out nice and neat so nothing's too cramped or too loose. And I want it to meet over to our next ring over and to the outside little ear picot here of that ring. So the same as this one on the opposite side. And you're going to bring your needle from the back side of that picot through. Bring your tail thread through. And again, just kind of stretch things out, make it so that way it's nice and neat and not too tight and bunching these together, or not too loose and there's big gaps in your work. Okay. Go ahead and place a knot to secure the location of all of those stitches. So we don't want them to mess up. Okay. So now we need to do another small arch like we have on this side. And then we're going to work the rings. And that will be your repeat all the way around. So I'm going to work that small arch, which is 2 double stitches. There's 1, 2, picot, 2 double stitches, picot, and 2 double stitches. Go ahead and pull your tail through your work. Like that. And now you turn your work over. You have ended your arch. You had 3 arches. This little one, the big long one, and then the next little one. Now we're going to turn our work over. Place a knot through that tear. I'm coming from the back side of the teardrop. Placing a knot. And now we're going to work our rings. The same as before, we're going to start with the bottom ring and then the top ring and move on to our 3 arches. Okay, placing your needle on top of your work. 5 double stitches, join, 5 double stitches. Three, 4, and 5. Join to the picot on the ring from week 2, down here where the orange one is. And then 5 more double stitches. Okay. Remember, this is a ring. We don't want to pull our tail thread all the way through, so catch it before it goes all the way in. There we go. And now we need to turn our work back over. Place a knot. Do our last ring, which is 5 double stitches, picot, 5 double stitches. Okay. And close to form a ring. Place a knot, and we will complete that with our little arch. Okay, 2 double stitches. picot, 2 double stitches, picot, 2 double stitches. Okay, and pull your tail thread through. We're going to connect right after we tie a knot. No, we're going to connect before we tie a knot. So again, from the back side of the work, we're going to bring our needle through this second picot on the same side as the arch that we are working on. Here we go. Pull that through just like such, and let's go ahead and place a knot there to secure that. And that's that repeat all the way around for week 4. You can go ahead and continue on your own. So you start with the bottom ring, 5 double stitches, join, 5 double stitches, turn your work, 5 double stitches, picot, 5 double stitches, close. The little arch is 2 double stitches, picot, 2 double stitches, picot, 2 double stitches. The big arch is 20 double stitches across with a picot in between every second and third double stitch. And then we start over here with our 2 double stitches, picot, 2 double stitches, picot, 2 double stitches, and turn our work and start the next ring. Okay, so once you have made it all the way around your project here, you're going to do your last small arch, 2 double stitches, picot, 2 double stitches, picot, 2 double stitches. And how you need to join is right dead center between these 2 rings. So that way it matches up with the rest of the project and how all of the small arches are. So I'm going from the front to the back, right between those 2 arches with my needle. Gonna pull it all the way through and then turn my work upside down and place a square knot and then sew in the ends. Okay, and now all I have left to do is to sew in the ends, which won't take but just a second, and then it's done. I will go ahead and block this so that way it's ready to go for next week. I hope that you guys are enjoying this mystery tat-along. Please let me know if you are still joining in on the fun and if you are following along. I would love to hear from you since we are at the midway point. Thank you again for everybody who has watched and joined in. I can't wait to see your projects and see your creations. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me via email, instant message in Instagram, or on our Facebook group. All of the links to those can be found in the description box below. Until next week, be blessed and be a blessing. I'll see y'all next week, guys and gals. Bye for now.